effect. When you see lightning like that, it means there's convection, up and down motion, up to 30,000 feet or more. That's wringing out all the available moisture in the atmosphere, and that's also an indication of very heavy rain, which is what we have. But the good news is the line has accelerated. It has bowed out. It's bending like a bow and arrow. That means we've got some strong straight line winds, but it also means it's moving faster. That's lowering the flash flood threat across the heart of Houston and Harris County and Fort Bend County. It's the counties down in here, El Campo, Wharton County, Jackson County, Brazoria, Matagorda County, that I'm concerned that may slow down, and you may have some heavier rain totals there overnight. Closer look, it's along the leading edge of that bow echo that every now and then we're getting a little spin up. These are often referred to as gust-nados, these tornado warnings that we're getting. And as we look inside the storm, I don't even see anything really that impressive. I really don't see much in the way of rotation with this at all. It comes and goes very quickly. Things evolve really rapidly along a line of storms that's racing east at 35, 40 miles an hour. So at the moment, all the spin-ups have kind of vanished. We do officially have a tornado warning for a possible rotation here coming across the Lake Houston area. Here's Lake Houston. There's the outline of Lake Houston. So the south side of Lake Houston, that's quite a drive across the bridge, the 1960 bridge over at Lake Houston right now. It's racing east-northeast at about 35 to 40. Sheldon, Highway 90, east-northeast Harris County. Take cover, interior room of your home, away from windows, lowest floor, a bathroom, a closet, the best place to be. Let that blow through just in case it does spin up. Even a small tornado at EF0, you're talking about winds maybe 50 to 70 miles an hour. It doesn't sound like much, but that can break a limb, that can break glass, and that can be very dangerous. It's that flying debris that's the most dangerous. So that's the thing to do. Just get away from the glass, interior room, a closet, and let it pass by, and you and your family will stay safe. So that's the latest on East Harris County and the tornado warning. Here's the entire line racing east. So this is going to reach Galveston by 11:30. Bolivar Peninsula up here at High Island should reach you guys by 11:42. You can see how quickly this is moving. And you can also see how it indeed did bow out, and it's like a bow and arrow. That's why we call it a bow echo. And that bow indicates very strong straight line winds, which we're getting gusts to 40 and 50 with this. So Mont Belvieu, Anahuac, League City, Baytown, folks along the west side of the bay, north side of the bay, into Liberty County, Liberty, you guys are going to see these very gusty straight line winds as that blows through during the next hour. And they may be severe levels. They may get above 57.5 miles an hour. That's the definition of a severe thunderstorm wind. But that should be the end of it. That should blow through. It's not going to sit on us and flood us. That's the best news we've got this evening out of this line, is that it has accelerated. And so for most of us, it's just racing through, causing ponding on the roadways, which is draining off and not causing any major flooding issues. That being said, the tail end of this line is slowing down. So from Victoria to El Campo to Palacios to Brazosport, Alvin, Angleton, I'm concerned that this tail end could be very slow to move through Brazoria, Matagorda County, maybe even southwest Galveston County, and this could be where we see 5-inch rain totals or more through the overnight. Here's the forecast, and the rapid refresh has updated, but it's still behind. You know, it has the leading edge of the storms just pushing through Katy right now, and that's not where it is. It's already into East Harris County. So the line has accelerated. It's outrunning even the computer models that rapidly refresh every hour. By midnight, it's going to be closer to Galveston, and then it blows on through. And we do get just some drizzly, drippy weather, I think, in the morning. I think the model's overdoing a lot of this, but this could still be rain down here. That's a little concerning. I'm going to show you rain total forecasts in a second that I think are overblown down here, but it's a possibility. As far as the rain goes tomorrow, you know, we're going to get another impulse of energy come in. However, what's happening tonight is taking a lot of energy out of the atmosphere. So I think this won't be nearly as strong as what we're getting tonight. That's tomorrow at 9 p.m. Again, news time tomorrow night could be busy. It blows through. And other than some wraparound moisture, I think by Thursday late morning, we're going to be able to back off on the flash flooding threat. So this is a computerized forecast trying to guess how much rain is going to fall. and it cannot pinpoint it. It's trying to do something that is really out of the realm of possibility, but it suggests that across the heart of southeast Texas, we're going to see 2, 3, maybe 4 inches of rain with this line pushing through. We've seen about 1.5 to 2 so far, so maybe even this is overdone. It's putting a bullseye down here in Brazoria County and putting 15 inches in Angleton. It's possible if that cluster of storms just stopped there and sat on you for like 3 or 4 hours, but it does look like even that is moving a little bit. We'll take another look at that in just a minute. But that's my biggest concern tonight, is for Wharton, southern Fort Bend, Matagorda, Brazoria County, that you could see some parts down here get 10 inches of rain tonight. It's not out of the question. So this is guidance. This is a suggestion about what's going to happen. And then if you add in Thursday's rain, it's really not a whole lot more. That next round of rain tomorrow evening doesn't look too terribly bad. This is Wednesday, 30% chance for scattered showers in the morning, and then there's that 80% chance for storms as the next round comes in. But again, I'm kind of optimistic that it's not going to be that bad. Let's take a look at the radar again. And there's the big picture. And mainly it's street ponding and street flooding going on right now. That's the biggest concern. This is a flash flood warning across Fort Bend and Harris County, Katy, Sugar Land, Missouri City, downtown Spring, Woodlands, you're included in that. It almost reaches to Baytown, but Pasadena, you guys are involved in this as well. Gulf Freeway down to the Hobby Airport area, you're involved in that flash flood warning. A lot of street flooding going on right now. That's the active tornado warning in far east Harris County. But so far we have had no reports of actual tornadoes or any damage. That's the good news so far. We've had some straight line winds, but no actual tornado reported. That we're hoping and crossing our fingers that ends up being the case. Not every tornado warning produces a tornado. This is that higher flooding threat from the rain here, Matagorda County, Brazoria County. You know, but even that, it's moving. And so here's the leading edge now. That was a leading edge 2 hours ago. In fact, the leading edge was even further back. So it's moving. If we can keep this moving, it's going to cause some flooding on some of the low-lying roads down here, those coastal rural roads. I know this area. There's a lot of low spots. That's why I'm urging you not to drive until the sun is well up tomorrow morning so you don't get any trouble. And we're on the air at 4:30 and we'll be monitoring this whole situation in the morning, so just join us in the morning. Victoria's still getting heavy rain. That's slowed down. So from Victoria to the tip of Matagorda Bay to Palacios, this may be where we see some heavy rain totals. But even this, it's moving. It's trying to move. This section of storms is moving. It may be this that very slowly moves across the area, and folks in between El Campo and Victoria end up with a 10-inch bullseye of rain tonight. That's the greatest threat of all of this, is the rain and the flash flooding threat. Leading edge, this is where you've got your tornado threat, gust-nado. They're very small, but they develop on the leading edge of these fast-moving lines of storms. They spin up real quickly and they go away. Little to no warning, except that we are under a tornado watch, which means that these storms could produce a tornado with very little warning. You've been warned. Closer view, scoping it. I don't see any active rotation here. Let me adjust this a little bit. I see a lot of straight line wind. I see a lot of straight line wind. That's about it. Radar sites here in League City. I see a lot of straight line wind at the moment. I don't see anything rotating. That's good. And I would expect that. You get these things that spin up, you get a warning, and then it very quickly goes away. It doesn't last very long. But the warning officially stays in effect for about a half hour. This one's in effect till 11 o'clock. That's where it was and no longer is. And again, here's the leading edge of the storms. Bowed out nicely as we expected. If you remember back here, it had gone linear and had stalled, and we had significant flooding along I-10 out west of Columbus. But it went from north-south orientation to bow echo orientation, and that is a sign that it is accelerating, and that's exactly what it's done. So it's significantly lowered the flash flood threat. This is as best an outcome as we could have asked for tonight, even though it's been pretty bad out there. This is as best an outcome as we could have asked for. If this had slowed down with so much concrete here in Harris County, Fort Bend County, Montgomery County, down into Galveston County, Friendswood, Pearland area, we would have had flooding, but it's moving. It's racing east at 35 to 40 now. Once again, computer models, just about, it's going to be in Galveston before midnight and then off the coast. So the model's behind. So that's very, very good news. That's what we're looking at now this evening, is this line of storms racing through, and it's moving fast enough so that it's not going to cause any significant flash flooding in the immediate Houston area. But before I back off and let y'all go, it is this southwest county area that I will remain concerned about. And you're not under a flash flood warning here, Victoria, El Campo, at the moment. And this is still moving. It's moving. Just keep on moving. We'd like to avoid a flash flood. This has been stationary for about 30, 40 minutes, maybe a little more. But you see what's coming in from the west? It may get a little kick here and push out over Matagorda Bay over the next half hour or so. So that's where we stand right now, with the line racing east. And so let's just see who's next in line to get this. So here we go. So League City, Baytown, Mont Belvieu, LaPorte, Taylor Lake Village. You know, there's the leading edge of that bow echo, and so it's going to be racing through your neighborhoods here over the next hour. And as it comes through, expect gusty wind, heavy rain for about 45 minutes or so, an inch or two of rain, and tremendous lightning. The lightning show is just amazing. In fact, I'm curious now. I want to know how much lightning is in there. So let's do this. Let's just do this section here. No, that's not going to get it. Here we go. So in this section, in the last 10 minutes, okay, lightning strike numbers down. We've had 190 strikes total. That's down from almost 1,000 in a section about that size as it was moving into Katy. So the strobe lighting effect, the amount of convection is weakening a little bit as the line races east. Good. So it looks like we're going to avoid a big flash flooding, a major flooding threat. We're going to get flash flooding with street flooding, but it looks like it's not going to get into homes or cause bayous to come out of their banks. That's great news. But Baytown, Mont Belvieu, Barrett, Sheiks, Beach City, Surf Oaks, you guys, Pasadena, you're getting it. Cloverleaf, good evening, Cloverleaf. There's Barrett, there's Atascocita getting in on Lake Houston. That's going to race across east side of Harris County, Chambers County, Galveston County, Liberty County. Liberty in the next hour, you'll get in on this. But I'm not overly concerned. It's weakening, it's moving quickly. I think we're going to avoid a really bad situation here. And this is great. Scoping the storm, I don't see anything rotating. There's the big picture as the line bowed out nicely and it's racing east. And you know, I just want to see how many lightning strikes are in this entire thing here. Let's clear this. I like doing this live. So how many lightning strikes do we have in southeast Texas? Okay, in the past 10 minutes, from Victoria to El Campo to Sugar Land to Pearland to downtown to Pasadena to Atascocita to Cleveland to Huntsville, almost 2,000 lightning strikes in that line of storms in the last 10 minutes. It indeed has been an incredibly stormy night. I hope you're safe at home, tucked in somewhere on a couch with a blanket or a pillow under your head, and you can just enjoy watching this from the safety of your home. We will monitor this in the southwest side. It would not surprise me if we had some flood warnings here, but so far so good. Just heavy rain so far. Don't get out in this before sunrise. I don't want you driving in these rural roads, especially where you could easily get off into one of those deep ditches next to the road, and then you're in some trouble. We'll be on the air on the TV side at 4:30 to 7, so you can just get your cup of coffee, sit down, have breakfast with us, and get a safe start to your day tomorrow. Flash flood watch and threat continues through tomorrow afternoon and evening with another round of this coming in. but maybe not quite as strong tomorrow evening. I'm cautiously optimistic that's not going to be quite as strong tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. We'll be monitoring it, and we'll see you here and on the TV side as we go through the next 24 hours. Good night, everybody. Hopefully we won't have to break in again, and we'll see you on the news side tomorrow morning at 4:30 a.m.